Hi everyone, welcome to week 3. Hey, I know this course flies by so fast, but I am so impressed with how well you all are doing and how hard you're working. Just keep it up, and within 7 weeks you are going to have a full 16-week course under your belt and the credits to prove it. So keep it up, you're doing great. So here we are, week 3, an important week. We've got our literacy narratives are due on Tuesday, so make sure you get those in Tuesday night. If you have any questions or if you want to talk to me, you let me know. Send me a message, okay? Also, we have the full schedule here of what we are doing, so let's go right into it. I'll walk through one step at a time. So here we are on the submission page for our literacy narrative. I've got some instruction here. I invite you to go back and read over the assignment one last time to make sure you're meeting all of the requirements. You've got everything in there that you need to. Here is a rubric that just tells you what I'm going to be looking for. So you can use that to do a little self-assessment to make sure that you're including everything in this literacy narrative that you need to. The main thing is just write that story, that memory, write it out as a scene. Don't try and pack too many memories in here. Pick one, maybe two, but one that you could write out in concrete detail, that you can write as a scene, almost like you're writing a fictional story. Write a scene that your audience can envision as they read, and then reflect on it. Those are the two main components of a personal essay, is the story, the memory written out as a story so your audience can see it, and then your reflection on why this is meaningful, why this event, is important to you, or how did it affect you, or how does it continue to influence you. Okay, those are the two main components. So get that in there Tuesday night. Let me know if you have any questions, and then we're going to head right into our next assignment. Okay, so hold on. The next assignment is a summary analysis response essay. So now that we have kind of done a little quick self-examination on who we are as writers, we're going to look at the writing taking place around us and the different conversations that are taking place through writing in society, which is a very important way that people communicate their ideas, their opinions, and really persuade and influence society in how they believe and what they think and what they value. So it's very important to know how to analyze what people are saying so that we aren't simply puppets in their hands, so that we know how they are trying to persuade us, and we can form our own ideas and apply those methods to persuade other people. And so what I have here are some articles that I have gathered together. They're all good articles that will work well for this type of essay. So that's why I'm sharing them with you. Some articles just wouldn't work well for this, and so I want to help you out. So I've picked some, and I've tried to gather some that touch on some meaningful social issues that you should be able to pick something in here or find something in here that you're interested in. Okay, and so you're going to pick one of these articles, just one, and you're going to read it over and over several times so that you understand what the author is trying to argue, what they are saying, what they are trying to convince their audience is true. And we are going to respond. We're going to first, because there are going to be 3 people involved in this conversation. There's going to be the author of this article that we pick. There's going to be us as an author, and there's also going to be our audience. Okay, so it's a conversation we're creating between these 3 entities. Okay, and so in order for our audience to know what we are talking about and to appreciate our response to it, we first have to introduce to them what we are doing and introduce the article that we are responding to, and then we need to summarize that article for our audience so that they know what we are responding to. Then we're going to analyze how the argument is made. And don't worry, we'll talk more about this over the next couple days. We're going to look at how that author is making their argument. What kind of evidence are they using? What kind of language? What kind of information are they included? Who is their intended audience? Are we part of that audience, or are we just eavesdropping in on an intended audience conversation? We're going to analyze why they're using those choices. It's all about the why. Okay, it's not just describing what they're doing, but it's all about the why. Why are they doing this? Is it effective? And then we're going to respond with what we think about what they have to say. Do we agree with them? Do we disagree with them? Why? Okay, it's important to go into why for our audience. Okay, so this is, again, it's not going to be too long because this is a fast-paced class. So 800 words is due in a couple weeks, due in just 2 weeks. Okay, so we need to get after this. Read this over and let me know if you have any questions. And then we're going to practice each section of this. So first we're going to practice some writing summary. So look over these sources. I've shared with you a few sources here where professors and universities taught or offer tips on writing summaries. Here's a great video that includes some tips on writing summaries. It's not as easy as it may sound. Writing summaries is, it's kind of a difficult move because we need to write a summary so our audience knows that we're summarizing, basically. So read over that. This is a discussion board where you're going to share I think, what did I say? Five key points of writing summaries, okay, in here. You can write bullet points, but they need to be bullet points of full sentences. So you don't need to worry about writing a full paragraph, but they need to be full sentences. So read over that, post that. You don't need to respond to a peer's post, but I do want you to read over. Once you post, you'll be able to see other people, what they have to say, and there'll probably be some overlap, but that's okay. But read over everyone's tips that they picked out so we can really get a good idea of writing a good, meaningful summary. Then, what are we going to do? Oh, we're going to practice. Okay, remember Sherman Alexie? We read over his example of a literacy narrative essay. We are going to summarize that now. We're going to apply Virginia Kearney's tips from her site from the previous page. And we're going to summarize his essay. And here's some instructions on how to do that. We are then going to, you're going to share with me what article you have picked. Okay? Because I want to know which one you've picked so I can help you with that. And let's see. I think that's it. Oh, here's the discussion board. If you have any questions, there's no questions posted yet. If you have any questions, you let me know. But that's it for this week. Okay, so it's getting our literacy narrative in and then switching up and moving into our next writing project. Okay, you guys are doing fantastic. Keep it up. Have a great week.